Let me check if I am live. You guys say hi if you can see me already. Okay, let me check on this. All right, we are entering the third, it's actually the third Sunday of 2023 right now. So, yeah, you see, time flies. You know, like 2 weeks ago, we just celebrated the new year, and now we are already at the third Sunday of the year, and it's already 15. Half of the first month of 2023 has gone. And wow, seriously, how time flies, really. All right, so yeah, welcome. You know, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? I think this is Chiwai, right? Yeah, this is Chiwai, and whoever is this, Gong Xi Fa Chai, are you serious? It's still early, but we are already like 1 week down, right? So yeah, it's already Chinese New Year coming up soon. See, time flies, really, you know, and it's just too fast. Everything just happened too fast. Everything just happened too fast. And GY say your leads are shitty this week. It's the downtime. So if it's the downtime, right, I would say maybe we should kind of like slow it down, and maybe we could just probably, you know, like wait until everything comes back to normal, then only we ramp it up again. You know, yeah, okay, right. And Jimmy say Chinese New Year is coming. Yes, Chinese New Year is coming. You know, I hope you guys are ready for the celebration, and of course it's a time for break, of course, and a reunion and all that. So yeah, just make sure that you don't get too indulged into the eating and, you know, and whatnot. Yeah, next week already Raya, you meet early. Can you please wear red for once? I did it once, you know, and I don't look good, so I'm gonna skip that. No, yeah, just to please Jason Nation. No need. I don't need to please you guys. Yeah, leads volume per day dropped by 60%. It happens. It happens. You see, like, you know, I always advocate that we should be rational in terms of spending. So if really it's the time where we are not able to get really good result because of a lot of external factors such as, you know, celebration, festive New Year, and behavior shift and all this kind of thing, we should actually consider slow down. Um, you know, basically to make sure that everything is within our control. We don't want to spend because we need to spend it and we get poor result and we whine about it and we complain about it. I mean, uh, like I said, be rational. You know, if it's not the time, it's not the time. All right. So Jimmy is asking, is the 28 days attribution window back to Facebook ads? Yes, they're supposed to come back. You know, they're supposed to be back by now, and a lot of attribution settings are coming back in the first quarter of the year. Like I shared with you guys in, you know, like last year, right? Last year, yeah, in December we did this FB ads 2023, and that's the time where we actually did different things over there, and basically, one of the things that kind of like happened is, you know, we are actually going to get all this attribution back in the first quarter of 2023. That was what I was told by my account manager. So even if you go in to see whether, you know, like attribution, like gender attribution, age attribution to the dot of the result is already coming back to Facebook. I think this could be, actually, I don't think they need to kill it back then just to comply to the iOS 14.5 issue. But I think now they probably have reached to some agreement and everything is already coming back. So it's a good thing. So yes, guys, the good news is attribution. A lot of, I would say most of the attributions, as I was told, is coming back to Facebook advertising. So it's a good news definitely for us. We can really control now, have better information about our result attribution, and we can make better decision based on that. That's really something that we love to see. Okay, right. Robert, what's up? Yeah. Welcome in, welcome in. So that's what we do. All right. So thank you everyone for joining me. This is Ask Jason Anything on Facebook and YouTube. So this happens. This is actually simultaneously going live on a few places. Like first on my YouTube channel, of course, on my Facebook page, of course, Jason Gunn, and I have another Facebook page which is called Tribe Academy, which is my company Facebook page. Is also going live there. And I'm also going live in my private Facebook group called FB Ads Transformation. So either way, I mean, wherever you're watching this, welcome to the show. And this is what I do since 100 over weeks ago. It's been 2 years. If you actually look at it, it's already like 106 or I don't know, 107 episode. I go live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time to answer questions that I've collected on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, but fundamentally on my YouTube channel. So here's how it works. If you have any Facebook ads related or digital marketing related questions, all you need to do is go to my YouTube channel and first try to search for an answer. I mean, try to type your question in on my channel and see whether you can find something, similar or related, because I've posted more about 900 videos on my YouTube channel. Chances are I've probably answered your question before, but if you can't find anything, okay, all you need to do is just type your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. All right, so what I'll do is I'll pick them up, I'll do screenshot, and I'll bring it over on my Sunday night show like this to answer your question. I will not answer your questions directly via comment because I think it's ineffective, because a lot of things about Facebook advertising and digital marketing are rather technical, and we won't be able to do it effectively by typing or written conversation. And I don't like this kind of back and forth conversation. So if you ask any questions, all you need to do is come back on the following Sunday to listen to my answers. That's how it works. Okay, so now today we have a few questions, so just jump right in. But of course, if you're here, if you have any questions at all, feel free to type in a comment. I'll be watching it and I'll be answering it towards the end of the show after I completed all the questions that I've collected over the week. So yeah, remember, I've been doing this for like 100 over weeks now. So if you have any friends who needs to learn about Facebook advertising, and especially those who are actively advertising on Facebook, the reason why I do this is actually to create a platform for a very open conversation among Facebook advertisers and digital marketers, because frankly speaking, especially our part of the world, and even the worldwide market that I'm actually serving right now, they are very little experts or specialists actually do something like this. I'm actually committed to help as many people as I can, as many Facebook advertisers and digital marketers as I can. So share this to any one of your friends who run ads actively and invite them to join my channel so that they can actually have a fallback. And of course, I'm building this community. Hopefully we can help each other grow, right? So let's take a look at the first question we have here. Oh, no. All right. So the first question I have is coming from Mudasir Crypto. All right. So what to do if your identity verification failed, even if you uploaded your real ID, name, and all other information were same on Facebook and ID? Yes, this happens. You see, what is happening on Facebook advertising right now is Facebook, very likely, especially when you start running ads, very likely Facebook would actually come to a point, they will ask you to verify yourself. I mean, first thing first, they will disable your account or they will restrict your account. And if you click on the buttons to look at request review and all that, chances are they're asking for your ID. So all you need to do is to submit whether it's your ID card, your driving license, or your passport. And once you get it verified, chances are everything is going to be okay. But however, what's happening now is I have recently received quite a number of cases where when they submit their ID, they got rejected. So this is strange. Definitely, it's not supposed to happen, because back then when everything started, we got verified for the first time and all. No issue about that. But if this thing really happened, let me give you a few steps that you can do, right? So if your ID verification failed, your identity verification failed, all right? So yeah, all you need to do, the first thing you can do is try to contact Facebook, okay, in your business manager or in your, like whatever panel that you're looking into, like account quality. On the bottom left, there will be a question mark in circle. Click on that. Hopefully you have the option to contact Facebook, whereby you can actually start a conversation with Facebook, to tell them your situation. Hopefully you can reinitiate the verification process. But if you can't do that, I would say that's pretty much a dead end right now. I'm saying right now because I was told Facebook is going to revamp their account quality reviewing process in the first quarter of 2023. So I'm hoping that they will kind of like bring things back, or probably make things easier for people to go through these shitty situations. However, for now, if that is an option that you can't access, you are pretty much dead end right now. Yeah, because I would say that's a bug, frankly speaking. It's not something that is very usual. So what we do when I advise my clients when they come to see me on, to ask me all these questions, what I would suggest to do is, if you really need your business up and running again, all you need to do is get somebody else to create a business manager and create an ad account, claim the page over, and start everything all over again. So that's what I would advise you guys to do. But I would say, because in the past few months, I've gone through more than 100 cases about account verification issue or account restricted issues and all that. I would say not. I mean, I would say no one case is actually the same. So it could be your ID verification fail, it could be your account issue and all these kind of things. So that's my general advice to you. But if you need a personalized suggestion, that you want me to take a look at your cases to give me more personalized suggestions about what you can do next, about the steps to do, you can actually scan this QR code and buy me a coffee. Okay, and then basically all you need to do is scan this. You'll be landed on Fiverr. You actually buy me a coffee, and after that we can schedule half an hour call to answer any questions. So what we'll do is we're going to do a Zoom call. I'm going to look into your situation to give you really more viable suggestions about what you can do next. So that's what you can do. All right, scan this QR code and buy me a coffee and we can speak. Okay, so that's what we do. Now, so that's the first question coming from Mudaseo. So it happens. Don't panic. Try to contact Facebook, whatever you can. And if you can't, of course, do whatever I suggested to you just now. But if you need my help, just scan the QR code, right? So the second question we have from Gary. So Gary is asking also about creating a new business manager after restriction. So Gary is asking, what if you create a new personal account, then create a new Facebook page? Really nuanced. You don't care anymore because your previous pages, would Facebook allow you, or will it also affect on the restrictions? Thank you so much for the question. Now, this is really the big no-no, right? So here's the thing. The first thing you do not do, all right, is to create a new profile. Because the moment you create a new profile, all right, and if you do anything with the profile, like create a page, or create a Facebook ad account, or start a business manager, everything is gonna be almost instantly restricted. Because Facebook, one of the biggest no-no is create a new profile to create business-related activities. That's what Facebook will actually ban you, right? So I don't care whether you care about your old page or not. It's not really about that. It's about Facebook really don't like new account. So what you do, right? So what we usually suggest people to do is get somebody else to borrow you their Facebook profile. And I say their Facebook profile means something that has been around for a while, at least 3 to 5 years and more. And yeah, so borrow their account, okay, create a business manager, create a Facebook page, create an ad account, and start running. And very likely, whoever that you are borrowing the account from, his or her account will bump into the ID verification part, whereby the account will be restricted. They will ask for your ID. So go through the process, and everything should be up and running pretty good right after that. But what you don't do is to create a new account. You see, like I say, in the past few months, I've actually helped more than 100 clients in terms of assessing their situation in terms of like Facebook ad account restriction or any restrictions at all. I would say there are so many different situations that could affect or that could actually lead you to account restriction. You really need to know what really happened. So Gary, for your case, right, chances are, okay, you may not need to go through all this. Like the other day, I actually spoke to someone from Canada. Okay, she got restricted, permanent, but it was only the Facebook page. So if it's only the Facebook page, right, if your business manager and everything is still intact, like business manager is still intact, you can still create an ad account, and your personal profile is still intact. All you need to do is just to create a new Facebook page, and everything will be up and running again. There will be no issue. So I think it's very important to understand what is your situation right now. So yeah, so that's something that I do to help people. So if you are uncertain, you're not sure what's your situation, and you want somebody to help you take a look at, what's happening to me right now, what can I do next? So what I would suggest you to do is to scan this QR code, and you'll be landed on Fiverr. Buy me a coffee, and we can spend half an hour together to look at your situation. Anything at all. So yeah. So I would be able to look at what is really happening to you and give you viable suggestion about what to do next. All right. So that's what you do. Scan this QR code, buy me a coffee, and we can actually proceed. So that's the question coming from Gary. Thank you so much, Gary. And next question we have is coming from Kuba. Now, Kuba posted a question on my video about how to create privacy policy for Facebook lead gen ads. You see, everyone else who have done Facebook lead gen advertisement, you know that you need to submit a privacy policy link. All right, so the privacy policy link is, I mean, it's usually what the Facebook is really asking is, you know, they are assuming that you have a website, and on your website there is a privacy policy that states how you process your, you know, information, your data from the customers and whatnot. And then what if you don't have a website? So if you don't have a website, my workaround is, you know, you create a Google Doc and publish it as a, you know, like publicly accessible document, and you can use that to run lead gen advertisement, or else you won't be able to run lead gen ads. That's a very important thing. Whether you're running lead gen lead form or lead gen via Messenger, both you need a privacy policy. So this is a video where I share with you how to create this from scratch. I even give you a sample on how to, you know, a sample that you can just copy and paste to create your own privacy policies by changing a few things. It's like a sweet file. So if you need help on that, you know, try to search for this video on my YouTube channel, privacy policy, and you'll be able to see this and go through the steps. So Kuba is asking, is this still working? Well, this video obviously was posted like about a year or two ago. So I would say yes, you probably are concerned whether it's still working. But based on my observations so far, based on the comments that I received and all that, I think it's still pretty much working. Okay, but I would say this is not permanent. This is not gonna be like gonna work forever. But so far up to now, based on, you know, the time we're making this video, it is still working. But nonetheless, you know, Kuba, what have you got to lose? Just try it and see whether it works for you. If it doesn't, then let me know. Okay, because if you put a link that is not like just like a Google Doc link, if it's not allowed, Facebook will just tell you not allowed. They won't ban you, or they won't restrict you, or they won't kill your account anyway. So yeah, so that's why I always tell people that when it comes to Facebook advertising, as a Facebook advertiser, I think we have to be courageous. You see, the best way to learn is to start doing it. And if you don't do it, how do you know that whether it's going to work for you or not? That's why some people come to me and say, Jason, what's the best strategy? What's the best creative and whatnot? I would say there is no best anything per se. Just have to get started. All right, Kuba, let's try. And if you can't use it, then let me know. Let me see how I can actually figure out another way to help you do this. All right, Kuba, thanks for that. And the next question I have is also related to the same question, which is Happy asked a question on my another video, obviously, but talked about the same thing. So Happy is asking an even more interesting question where he asks, he or she, I don't know, she, I think, you know, where on Facebook do we add the link? That's a very interesting question. Obviously, you haven't started running your lead gen ad yet. So I wouldn't walk you through. This is really something that is very, very, you know, like I would say basic. So if you start running ads, I would say just create a lead gen ad. Come to a point when you're creating a form, there will be a field for you to fill in this link. You need to put in this link, or else you won't be able to proceed. So yeah, I would say Happy, just go and try, and then you will know what I'm talking about. It's in the lead form. Okay, so like I say, you gotta try it. You know, then only you will know where is it all about, right? So yeah, it's there. Everything is there in the Ads Manager. Just play with it and have fun. A lot of things in there. Okay, so that's coming from Happy. Next question we have is coming from Skyline Physical Therapy. So this is a question related to TikTok advertising. So it's a very interesting question. Skyline is asking, you have two related but separate businesses on TikTok. Okay, should you create two different business centers, one for each account, or should you add both ads manager to one account? You're hesitant to do both one business center because if there is an issue, they both may get shut down, just like Facebook did you last week. Okay, so you also face the Facebook shutdown issue. However, you're also concerned about creating two different business centers. If you use the same cell or other information is being used for two, you know, a red flag as well. What would I recommend? Okay, thanks for the question. This is really something that I just discussed with one of my clients last week about TikTok thing. Now, what I would suggest is actually very simple. Okay, first thing first. So far, we haven't heard anything similar on TikTok that they will restrict your account or all these kind of things. So far, as long as you're doing something that is allowed by Facebook, okay, or allowed by TikTok in this case, you shouldn't get into any trouble. All right. So if they actually do anything to you, it will be that individual account. So far, I have not heard anything about the business center being restricted so far on TikTok. I haven't even heard much restriction stories. I mean, it's not like Facebook. Facebook is like, this is like a very common ghost stories that happens at almost to everyone, right? In one way or another, you hit into this problem anyway. So basically, my recommendation, if you ask me straight, I would say one business manager, because the reason why we do business manager is for us to manage multiple business assets. Unless you're talking about these two are two different business entity, then yes, you create two business center. Just like when we do it on Facebook Business Manager, unless it's two totally different business entity, then we will create two business manager. But if it's under one, let's say it's just one mother company managing two different things coming from two fronts, I would say just keep it in one business center, because that saves you a lot of hassle by switching and all that. And it's actually going to save you a lot of confusion when you're managing it in a team and all these kind of complications that may happen. All right. So don't really need to worry about, unless you're really doing something that is kind of like not allowed by TikTok. But I would say if our business is legit and everything is all good, right, I would just say go with it. One business center, just like I would suggest if both are, fall under the same, what do we call the business entity, we combine it under one in one business center. It's a lot easier to manage moving forward. That's what I think. All right, so that's for Skyline. Thank you so much for raising this question. It's a very solid question, I would say. Thanks for that. Now, next I have coming from, this is not a question. Ignite Academic was saying, you're just wondering why there are two URL parameters shows up in two places. You guess you're just going to put it in both just to be sure. I mean, for those who are not familiar, when you're creating a Facebook ad account, Facebook advertisement under the Facebook Ads Manager, inside the ad level, especially if you're doing traffic conversion, which is now sales, basically, as long as you're driving people to a destination like a website, they would, whether it's a website or, like marketplaces like Shopee and all that, there will be an option for you to put in your URL parameters. URL parameters is really something like we call, it's like a parameter where it helps Google to actually capture, not just Google, any tracking platform to capture and attribute the visitors into different individual advertisements, so that we can know which advertisement drives us more traffic, which advertisement gets us more conversion and sales, so that we can actually do informed decision making based on what's working or what's not working, so that we can actually adjust our strategy as we move along. So that's what we do. So URL parameters at this point of time, it could be a little bit confusing. In certain scenario, when you're setting it up, there are actually two places where you can actually set up. One is the URL parameter. The other one is, I think, I forgot the name already. Anyway, when you're setting up the advertisement, there are two options. There are two places. In fact, either one works. Based on our observation, based on our cases before, either one works. But if you just want to be sure, then you can actually put it on both. I think it's pretty fine. All right, so that's coming from Ignite Academic. Thank you so much. That's all the questions I have. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, all you need to do is go to my YouTube channel, try to search for any question, and basically, I have posted close to 900 videos. Chances are I've answered your question one way or another. Let's try to see if you can find something similar. If you can't, don't worry. Just post your questions as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. My YouTube videos. You don't post it on somebody else's YouTube videos, right? I won't be able to see it. So what I'll do is I'll pick them up and I'll answer them via my Sunday AMA like this. So just come back to the next Sunday, at 10 p.m. Malaysia time, and to hear me out. So that's what I have this week. But yet again, if you have something urgent and you say like, I need this answer real quick right now, and I want to speak to Jason personally one-to-one. So this is the QR code that you can scan. And basically, it's the Fiverr gig. So scan this, buy me a coffee, and we can actually spend half an hour together via Zoom to look at whatever situations or to answer any questions you have in a real quick one-on-one manner. So that's what we do. Okay. Now, let's come back to what we have over here. We have a question from Robel. Are you limited to what content you can advertise on Facebook? Basically, when it comes to Facebook advertisement, okay, the rule of thumb is actually very simple. Don't sell anything that is not allowed by Facebook. That's a very simple rule of thumb. And then don't use content like that is not allowed by Facebook, that Facebook would deem it what do we call disturbing to certain group of people. Like for example, if you do slimming product, don't do before and after. If you do beauty product, don't do before and after. When it comes to advertisement write-up, don't actually do anything that is attributing, like using a lot of you, or actually using words that could be offensive to certain people. So these are the simple guidelines. But nonetheless, if you need more help when it comes to advertisement, I would strongly recommend that you actually read through the Facebook advertisement policy. So all you need to do is just Google Facebook ads policy. Basically, they will bring you to a page where they will tell you what is, like, just to prepare you as a new advertiser, what are the things that you can or you can't do. You just read through all that just to prepare yourself to make sure that you're not, stepping on any so-called lines that is kind of like posted by Facebook. So that's basically what is happening. Yeah, just have to make sure that you don't do anything that is not allowed by Facebook. That's the simple statement I have. But what is not allowed by Facebook, I would say there are like a huge documentation over there. I won't be able to say anything. So just go over and read what is related to you. Yeah, Jimmy said this, and over-promising statements is not allowed. That's 100%. Totally agree. So that's something that you're not allowed to do. So yeah, so go read it, go through that. And it's a very essential learning every new Facebook advertisers must go through. It's beneficial, go through that. And that will actually save you a lot of hassle, because you don't want to create advertisement that is flag, because that will affect your account quality. It's a very important thing to be sure about that. Okay. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for today and for this week. All right, looks good. I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so that's what we do every Sunday night. So just post your questions on my YouTube video, any of my YouTube video, and I'll actually bring it over and I'll answer on Sunday nights. So that's basically it. I will see you next Sunday. Okay, and any questions, just feel free to pop in. Thank you so much, guys. And have a good day. Have a good week ahead. I'll see you next week. And Happy New Year, everyone. I mean, Happy Chinese New Year for those who are celebrating, and for those who are enjoying the holiday, happy holiday. Thank you. Good night. Bye.